What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more David Bowie. And once again, big shout out to Judith. We're continuing through his 1969 album, which I've already noticed a sonic difference with the previous album. And shout out to people like Mark who explain the evolution of his music, in particular starting with this album. And the next track of the playlist is Letter to Hermione. It's very specific. I, of course, wonder what is said in this letter and in what context it was sent, whether she read it, what her response was, all sorts of implied questions. And, of course, a letter might not be literally a written letter, though I would expect it to actually be that. So I'll see what I can catch on a first listen. This is David Bowie. The track is Letter to Hermione, and it's from his 1969 self-titled album.
The hand that wrote this letter sweeps the pillow clean. So rest your head and read a treasured dream. I care for no one else but you. I tear my soul to cease the pain. I think maybe you feel the same. What can we do? I'm not quite sure what we're supposed to do. So I've been writing just for you. They say your life is going very well. They say you sparkle like a different girl. But something tells me that you hide. When all the world is warm and tired, you cry a little in the dark. Well, so do I. I'm not quite sure what you're supposed to say, but I can see it's not okay. He makes you laugh, he brings you out in style. He treats you well and makes you up real fine. And when he's strong for you. And when you kiss, it's something new. But did you ever call my name just by mistake? I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do. So I'll just write some love to you.
Oof, a shorter one. I really like those melodic, non-lyric vocals at the very end. And then some of the vocals along the way, they had some scratch and some almost like speak singing quality to them. So I feel like the emotion of this letter, or which is sort of like a meta description of what he's doing, writing this letter or these letters to Hermione, who apparently is no longer connected to him in a direct sense and actually has a new man who is seemingly treating her well, though there's maybe a suggestion that it's a bit plastic, like he's dressing her up nice and taking her out and he's strong for her and so on. But the narrator is convinced that deep down under it all, maybe she hasn't gotten past him. Now, maybe he's just saying that because he's still processing his grief and he's still trying to come to terms with their separation. And I think there is some larger scale assessment of the human condition. What's it like when you're in love, but then it doesn't work out and you technically move on, but both of you are probably still harboring some hurt and maybe haven't fully sorted through the way you're supposed to be feeling. So there's a comparison with this standard behavioral program that at least, cultures and societies suggest you should be going through, like in a normative sense. So he's clearly not sure what he can do other than to try to get some of these ideas out on a page and write a letter to her. And again, he's hearing back apparently through others or through public appearance or perception from a distance that, you know, supposedly all things are going well, you're going well with this new guy that you're with. But I wonder, have you ever said my name when you're with him, even, you know, as he kisses you and makes you feel good? Have you ever longed for me or cried in the dark when you think no one's looking and the lights have gone out? Because I certainly do that. So there's a bit of a maybe projection of his own emotions onto her, though perhaps he's not being unreasonable, suggesting that given the seemingly like recency of this split, that maybe she's still grieving and maybe she got back together or got together with this guy a bit on the rebound as a way to sort of, you know, force herself to get past her lingering feelings for the narrator. Though again, maybe that is only the perception of the narrator, we're only getting his side of the story. But yeah, it sounds like the letter is both literal but also conceptual in relation to his getting out his thoughts and feelings and trying to process as best he can what he should be feeling or what he is feeling, and, you know, how he might move forward, but he's still speculating and wondering about how she's doing that. So it's a cleverly written tune. It's quite short. I want to say like 3 minutes. Less than that, like 2.5. So it's quick. And it's a bit less psychedelic, a bit more than the first couple tunes on the album. I mean, it's a bit more like, I don't know, like sing-songy 60s. Not in a like, you know, like bright and happy way. There's definitely a melancholy to his vocals and to the sonic atmosphere, but it's less, again, psychedelic or spacey compared to the first couple tunes. And yes, I enjoy the emotional complexity of it, and as I said, I think it's articulated in a very creative and effective lyrical framework. And as I said, I particularly like Bowie's melodic, non-lyrical vocals at the end. I was really hoping those would go for longer, and then suddenly the tune ended. So a short one, but a really cool one. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.